Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. What we have today is an important matter for every retro collection, and this is the power supplies, the retro, old-fashioned, old-school power supplies. You can see here a bunch of different models. Back in the day, it was a universal power supply for every computer. It was the other way around. Every computer used its own power supply, its own power source, different models, different cables needed. We can see here Commodore power supplies for Plus 4, Commodore power supply for the classic 64, the Atari classic and simple power supply, and the Sinclair model for ZX Spectrum or Spectrum Plus. So you can see every brand name, every computer used to have its own power supply, and considering the fact that these have been around since the 1980s, they are absolutely prone to failure after all these years, like this one. I have changed the cable, the wall plug, the mains plug in the past, but that was not good enough. So I have to open it. We'll open this together and see what is going on, because it stopped working last night. It's the classic Atari type of power supply, providing 9 volts or so. So yeah, I have changed the cables, the mini jack and everything during the past, but now there's something wrong with the circuit inside. It got hot and stopped working suddenly. So let's see how this looks from the inside, and it's a simple circuit. As you can see, this little transformer gets the power from the mains. This is the box, non-name classic 9 volts power supply from the 80s. That was all. 220 in the transformer, delivering 9 plus volts on the other side. So the circuit gets these voltage rectified, and finally gives us the 9 volts that we need, not anymore as alternate current on the other side, using this little jack. So simple as it gets. 220, 9 AC through the circuit, 9 DC on the other side. So we can use it with our favorite computer or console, in this case my little Atari. And this is the bridge rectifier. You can find this bridge rectifier in many power supplies from that era, with the use of 4 diodes instead, which is pretty much the same thing. And here is our suspect number 1, which is this big electrolytic capacitor, and a little resistor right over here, so we can have an indicator, a LED indicator at the back, to show that there is actually DC coming out. So I'm going to change this capacitor, but because it looks very suspicious to me. The bridge rectifier is not something that gets fried easily. I have a new capacitor here, 1000 microfarads, running at 16 volts would be sufficient. So I'm going to change this one, the old one, with this fresh one, taking care of the polarity. As you can see, there is a big plus sign right there where the plus pole should be, and the negative on the other side, of course. So let me just pull out this capacitor and see if this is the case. It's going to be an easy fix if this is the problem, and then if it doesn't work, we can check with the multimeter the output, and then we can deal with other components, which actually is only the bridge rectifier that Again, it's not something very common, but in some cases might need to be replaced as well. And here we can see the classic 4 diodes solution, alternate current through these points, using 4 diodes instead of a bridge rectifier, delivering DC on the other side. And I got this from Wiki as a public domain image. Yeah, the bridge rectifier just replaces all 4 diodes using just one single component instead. That's pretty much what it is. So back to our circuit, I have just soldered the new capacitor in the place of the old one, taking care of polarity again. Remember that, keep it in mind. Place the positive and the negative where they should be, the right way. And this is our new capacitor in place. So the old one, now remember, you have to dispose it properly. It holds aluminum oxide inside, and after many years, but not forever, can be working. You can see some liquid stuff around here, which is very dangerous. After 15 years or so, this is the way it looks. Could be 16, could be 18, could be 12. Nobody knows. But on average, an electrolytic capacitor holds its current up to 15 years. Yeah, on average. So this one has not blown from the upper side, but from the underside. That's why you can see all these nasty stains from aluminum oxide around it. So dispose it properly, wash your hands, and yeah, always take care of that. Okay, let's plug it in and see. The first good indication is we have the LED lit up already. You can see the LED is on, which is yeah, the first thing to show us that actually this is working normally. Again, this power supply is delivering the power that we need. And the second thing is to check with the multimeter. I'm holding the jack steadily so we can see that actually we have 920 volts or something. So yeah, we fixed it. It was easy. The capacitor blew off after 35 years or so. So it's normal, it's okay. The good thing is that it's very cheap component. We have to throw away the old one and get it running for the next 15 years, 20 years or so. So we're good. I'm happy. One thing you have to remember as a fault detection initial thing about these old fashioned old power supplies from the 80s is that sometimes they get really hot and they smell bad. That's an indication that probably the transformer fails or the capacitor failed. And in my case, this Atari, the one we fixed together here today, was too hot last night and smelled really bad. Was coming out. So it was a matter of chances that the capacitor blew off, and not the transformer. If it was the transformer, then it was a harder thing to be replaced, requires some extra effort, but again, you can always find the spare parts that you need and bring them back to life. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope it was useful, and take care of your old equipment, take care of your old power supplies, because if it fails, it can also blow your old precious and rare computer or console. Thanks for watching. Bye.